Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, on location at the Coronado Golf Club here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. Having a fantastic little trip. We're getting ready, doing my couple of videos before I start my lessons for the day. I'm a morning person. I'm a little bit fired up in the morning. Always looking forward to the day coming up. And so today we're going to be talking about width in your swing. That's something Cameron Champ has boatloads of. Do you see his arm motion? We did a beautiful arm motion video a week or so back on Golf WRX. And so a really simple drill to allow you to understand how to get width. And it really isn't through resisting with the lower body. You're going to see that the turn of your body and the width of your swing go hand in hand. And here's a very easy drill to understand that. So you get your golf posture, bending from the hips. The hips are here, of course, not here. And the tailbone now is just below the hips, and that'll go into the air. Now I feel like I'm activating my legs, so my quads and my glutes are applying pressure to the ground and getting ready to toss that sandbag. Got it. So now from here, I'm just going to open up my arms. Now you just want to take the left hand and bring it all the way to the right hand. Here we go. So notice the only way to get the left hand all the way to the right hand is to turn the body. So notice how the body turned. Rib cage and pelvis sit on top of the hips. And you'll notice you got to use your legs to bring that over. See what's happening to my left leg? If it goes forward, can't get there. So that left leg's got to turn in. There we go. Now I have the width to get there. So for those of you struggling keeping a little bit of extension, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but if you're struggling, you feel like, oh my gosh, it feels all bunched up in the backswing and this arm keeps collapsing and you're letting go of the club. So have a look at my video entitled No More Collapsing Arms. And then another one entitled Stop Letting Go of Your Club. So always put Shawn Clement in the title there in the search box. And here is one for the width of your swing. So nice and wide, bring that over. If I don't turn at all, see that? I got barely enough to scratch my armpit. Now I want to bring this arm all the way over there. Here we go. And there you have it. So now on the way through, same thing. You want a decent follow through. Well, there you go. So now I'm in my follow through over there. Notice how that turned over here. Well, that's perfect for a left-handed backswing, isn't it? So that's why I can break par from both sides. My left-handed swing is a mirror image of my right-handed swing. So it's like if I'm boxing, I'm going to snap a punch this way or snap a punch that way. A nice two-hand backhand in tennis, a two-hand forehand in golf. It's as simple as that. So that's going to give me extension. That isn't. If your focus is on the ball, your body's going to quit. This is going to collapse because this has no access to the target. Why? Because that's not turning. Why? Because that's your target. Why would I turn past my target? You know, when you're going to your coffee shop, your favorite watering hole, and you say, "Hun, we're going over to Starbucks." Are you going to drive by Starbucks? You're going to get an earful. So you arrive at Starbucks. Well, if that's your target, you arrive at the ball. So that's why a follow through is a very difficult thing to have if the ball is your target, either by intent or by default. So I need the width that is required to whip the club through the ball and at my real destination over there. Okay? So all the way to that target, into that picture, now you're going to get a beautiful weight shift, and your body's going to clear nicely, and we're already wired to do that. Just, skip a stone on water. There's my stone. Skip the stone out there. So most people that look at that, or they say, okay, where did I let go of the stone? They go, a lot of them say over here. And then they do it again. They go, oh, there. Body's facing there. Where's the weight? There. When did it get there? 99% are going to say right where I let go of the stone, because your awareness can't be everywhere at once. And there's a very particular reason for that. We're not built for body part positioning. We can't think about all these body parts, coordinate them at the same time. So what we have is a built-in self-preservation system. I want to go that way. The brain says, I need the ground. Use the ground to get the body out of the way. Why? My shoulders have 20 degrees of range. That's it. So if I'm going that way and I don't turn my body, all I'm going to do is throw into myself. My arm's going to collapse and get wrapped around my body. So all I get's a strained shoulder and bruises on my lead shoulder. So out of self-preservation, the brain's going to go get the ground and use the ground to get the body out of the way. So 90-degree shoulder turn doesn't exist. Your scapula and your clavicle are not going to come all the way to the front of the rib cage. We're not Quasimodo. So the pelvis and rib cage have to turn out of the way. How does that happen? Well, I can't, see, if I don't move my legs, well then I block my pelvis. And if I block my pelvis, you see all these little facet joints. I'm showing you on top of the screen here in the split screen. You got these facet joints on every vertebrae in your spine. They're like Lego blocks. So you got the base of the spine, the sacrum, and then that last vertebrae, L5, that fits in there, and it's locked into place by these facet joints. And so on each vertebrae having their own facet joints, so the spine doesn't twist. If you twist your spinal cord, it's a big deal. So now, if you want your pelvis and rib cage to move that way, well, the legs are going to carry that. So here we go. Allow the legs to carry your left arm to your right arm. Allow the legs to get you out of the way so you can whip the snot out of that golf club. So you see how that works now? So you pick up your club and you say, okay, here's a real easy drill. In the backswing, don't let your left arm hit you, and on the forward swing, don't let the right arm hit you. Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. See how that works? So if I don't move the rib cage, if I don't move the legs, all I get is hit myself, collapse, chicken wing, you name it, right? A lot of you are thinking about, hey, that's my problem. Absolutely. So if you're trying to hit the ball, you'll freeze the body. And if you're trying to whip the club through to the target, then you'll see things start to open up very nicely. So have a look at one more video, because having the right task to get through the target is really important. So there's one particular video that I have. It's called The Worst Golf Advice Ever, which is a video we talk about, keep the head down. And if you keep the head down, everything freezes up. You can't turn the body anymore because the head only has about 70 degrees of range on your C-spine. So if you don't move the head, you can't finish the backswing. You can't get that rotation. So you notice when you perform this, left hand to right hand, see how the head has to turn? It has to turn. So that's why you'll see the players on tour, they start here, but then the head turns and then the head tilts on its way to the target. So there's a lot of conflicting advice out there. It's really nice to know how the machine works so you don't work against the grain. So worst golf advice ever, and you'll see what you need to focus on in that video and where you want to have your eyes and what task you need to be on for the stuff to happen by itself, because we're already wired for self-preservation. Like I showed you before, if I'm skipping a stone on water, I shifted my weight, I cleared my body, and I released the stone at the right place. Why? Well, because I was focused over there. I'm seeing a stone skip on water, and I just, service that thought. So now if I'm delivering a shot to the target, I'm going to start just a little left of this, actually we'll do a draw this time. So I'm going to go around this bin back to the 200-yard marker. So I'm lining up over the bin, play the ball back, get behind the ball, and now I'm going to release the energy through this dandelion in disguise. Like I'm cutting through a dandelion stem in that direction. So I gather, don't let my left arm hit me. That feels fully turned and fully relaxed. And now it feels like I could throw the club nicely in that direction. So, oh yeah, easy peasy. Beautiful draw around that bin back to the 200-yard marker. So, hope you enjoyed that. And, you know, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I know a lot of you are not really privy to, you know, technology, but you'll see a subscribe button. Go ahead and click on that and put the little thumbs up. It's important for Wisdom in Golf to get out there so that the right information gets to the right people. Much obliged, and we'll see you soon.